Dear ladies and gentlemen, we have Andriy Lysenko with operational information. He's a spokesperson of Security and Defense Council. Good afternoon, dear colleagues. Terrorists stop on the way, put obstacles to the investigation of catastrophe of Boeing 777 Malaysia Airlines, and they don't allow Ukrainian professionals to work on the place on the site. And Ministry of Emergency, the work that it does that work under the surveillance of supervision of militants in Luhansk terrorists, because terrorists started looting and started to kill civilians. As the local city council says, right on the streets, from a car, they were shooting at buses that was supposed to take refugees. Also, from militants start shooting at civilians, and about 20 bodies are on the streets of the city. Terrorists don't allow people to take away those civilians, and until Russian journalists come, and they say they are trying to pretend those people were killed by Ukrainian armed forces. The Ukrainian armed forces never were shooting at places where there are a lot of locals, and they use they shoot on the roads. And we ask residents of the cities, of towns. When you travel, be very careful, and if it's possible, stay home. And ATO continues to succeed, and ATO armed forces continue to build a blog post, and they continue building a ring around the regions which are under control of militants. And now there are battles near Lysychansk, Severodonetsk, Luhansk, Dzerzhinsk. Terrorists continue the practice of using HRAD, and they use mortars and shoot at places where civilians live. ATO is successful as to fighting against terrorists, and there are a lot of losses of militants. And for 4 days they shoot at on Marinivka border crossing point, and groups and equipment of Russian hitmen, of mercenaries are destroyed. We provide humanitarian, medical, and other support to locals. In the city, we renew the work of infrastructure, transportation, sewage, water system, electricity, and a lot of our miners are working there to demine the city, and we are working on taking away barricades. In wells, sanitary station, and they test water if it's fine. There are more of Ukrainian flags in the city in Horlovka, as at the city council reports 90% of schools are prepared for the new academic year. The difficult situation in the region didn't stop community services. For more than 60% of the housing of the city is ready for the heating systems. In New York, the Security Council, UN Security Council started its work, and they consider the issue of Ukraine, the situation in Ukraine. Here's what I could tell you officially. Your questions, please. With BTP channel, you told at the beginning that terrorists don't allow investigation to work on the side. In addition to blocking. In addition, they don't allow representatives of the Ministry of Emergency to take remnants. How else do they block? They surrounded the site where the plane crashed, and brigades of or groups of Ministry of from the Ministry of Emergency, they work on the guns there. Thank you. The question. Several hours ago, there was an advisor of Taruta. He told that they found two black boxes from the plane. Officially, officially they have not received those boxes.
I just wanted to ask if you had any more information about what the head of the SBU was telling us earlier, that two people with Russian passports have been detained. Could you expand on that, if you have any more details about what you're investigating, what you suspect them of, and what you've found out so far?
Thank you for the question.
People who guide missiles, they were arrested and they were delivered to the security service. And now they give evidence on their work in Ukraine. As soon as we have full information from them, I will be able to answer your question. But now the investigation is going on. New York Times.
You told us at the briefing earlier today that the military, the government, is confident that Ukrainian aircraft were not operating in the area of the Malaysia Airways jet. Can you tell us more about where Ukrainian military aircraft were operating yesterday, where the anti-aircraft defenses were located, and if any flights were going on today, and if so, where? Thank you.
Thank you for the question.
I spoke not about the region, but about the site where the accident happened. In that location, Ukrainian aircrafts were not flying yesterday. That's the first point. As to the location, we don't announce places where the sites where our aircrafts are, and also plans of their flights. We give official information about the facts that happened in the past, but we don't give you numbers of platoons and of military units, and it's for the sake of security of our personnel, as you understand. I wanted to ask you about book, the Man-Pad. He told Avakov, Minister of Interior, told that they took it away from the area which is under control of militants, and they took it away to Russia. All the information about the movement of capabilities, still that system is under control of militaries. We cannot report you where it is now. As soon as we have precise information, we'll inform you about that.
The newspaper Algemeen Dagblad. An official of the Malaysian Airlines yesterday promised the family members of the deceased that they could visit the place of the tragedy. Do you think that might be possible anytime soon?
Thank you for your question.
Ukrainian government will do everything possible for families of victims to be able to come to the site of the accident. But first of all, there should be the work of a special commission, which is responsible for collecting all the evidence, which will show who is responsible for that and under which conditions. That territory, that site where there are remnants of the Boyne and also of victims. It's under control of the pro-Russian militants, and we conduct negotiations with them now, and the Ukrainian government done everything possible for families to be able to take bodies of the family members. We received an information about a demilitarized zone for investigation and for creation of a corridor from families of victims. What can you say about this? About a demilitarized zone and also about security corridors. The decision of the president, the government set up a special commission which is responsible for organizing, for all logistic, how to organize the access to the place of the tragedy. One more question. Vidibika, what are the expectations of UN Security Council? What do you expect? It's difficult for me to say. I'm not ready to answer your question. Sorry. Very brief question, please. Is it possible to come closer to the site of the tragedy? Is it possible that ATO comes close to that place? ATO in the area of the tragedy. We should not have any battle. We cannot have any now because they will destroy all the evidence. We have to preserve the evidence for people for the world to learn the truth about this tragedy. Thank you. Thank you very much for your information. We'll wait. We'll be happy to see you as soon as possible in our Media Crisis Center. Our next speaker will be in 10 minutes, and that will be Yuri Stets.